rocking. You're good.
Our law firm handles serious injury, accident, and medical malpractice cases. And when a client of ours is seriously injured in an accident, they have a lot of questions, understandably, and we do the best we can to answer as many of those questions as possible. The one question that's in every client's mind is, how much is my case worth? What is the value of my case? A personal injury case is ultimately about money. Now, our clients wish it was about something very different. Our clients wish a personal injury case was about erasing the harm that was caused to them. We've gotten clients, verdicts of millions of dollars, and I have never once seen a client say, I would go through it all over again. Now that you got me this $2.1 million settlement, I would do it all over again for this money. It never happens. But that's not an option. We can't erase what happened. All we have under our system is money damages. So how much money am I going to get is a completely appropriate question for you to be asking. There is a formula that insurance companies use, and ultimately the juries use, to calculate what your case is worth. And what a personal injury case is worth in its simplest form is your medical bills, your lost wages that are related to the accident or the harm that was caused to you, plus your pain and suffering. Now the first two, lost wages and medical bills, they're pretty easy to get your mind around. We have battles with the insurance companies over what bills were appropriate, or whether the bills were fair, or whether the time off was reasonable, or whether the client can go back to work again, or whether they have a permanent injury. But it's pretty easy to the battlefields and the lines are pretty easily drawn for those. Pain and suffering damages are far more difficult. And juries, when they're asked to calculate pain and suffering damages, aren't given a lot of guidance from judges either. No one says this is the formula you use to calculate pain and suffering. The jury has to decide what the harm was. And when I'm giving a closing statement to a jury, I use the scales of justice. And harm, often great harm, has been done to one of our clients through no fault of their own. And it's the jury's job, and the insurance company's job too, to balance out those scales. So the harm becomes balanced out by a certain amount of money. And the question is, how much money is that? And it's a hard question to answer for juries, for insurance companies, and for lawyers. But there are some things we can use to sort of guide us in what the value of a case is. There are values in Maryland for wrongful death cases, and there are an expected range of values when someone loses a loved one as a result of the negligence of somebody else. If you have a herniated disc, there is a range of settlement values. There's an average settlement value for a herniated disc case. And we have, our website is the preeminent source online for statistics that show what the value of these types of cases are. And you can Google, what is the value of my herniated disc case, or what is the value of my wrongful death case? And you're going to find, information from us as to the statistics on that. But truthfully, the statistics are of limited value because every case is different. So the first thing we look to in terms of trying to figure out, the damages is the permanency. Is it a permanent injury? Was there a death? Trying to get to the core of the pain and suffering damages. The second thing is, the client themselves and what they went through from the accident. For settlement purposes, that's mostly determined by what's in the medical records. But if a lawsuit is filed and the case goes on further, the insurance company is obligated to look at it like a jury would. What did that person go through as a result of the accident? How did the accident change their lives? And what amount of money will balance it out so the harm is made equal? the value of any case, the value of any personal injury case, is going to be greatest in those harms, in this pain and suffering of how it impacted your life. And it's our job to explain to the insurance company, to the opposing lawyers, and ultimately, if necessary, to a jury exactly what you've gone through as a result of the accident.